at the Poetic. Chat and chill, come on and make new friends with fun never ends at the Poetic. Chat and chill, we want to see you shine at the Poetic. Chat and chill, we're gonna have a good time at the Poetic. Chat and chill. Welcome to the Poetic Chat and Chew, the show where you are the star. Today, our honored guest is Mr. Anthony Diflorio, radio personality and comedian. Today, he is going to grace us with his stylings of comedy.
Well, I'm Poetic Chat and Chew. I love to choose. I mean, I haven't had a brioche bun in a while, and I just love your library here. Can I borrow one of these books maybe when we're done?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. I have.
You know how I feel about my books.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. I have to ask, how would you categorize your style of comedy?
Well, it's very classic. Maybe Red Skelton was a bit of an influence. But to be perfectly honest, I would say it's observational. I walk around in the real world and I see people and pets and things and I say, wow, that's really cute. And then I just take it a little further to the absurd and I think it's pretty funny. I can't speak for everybody else, but I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, okay. So, going back to like Red Skelton and I don't know, I wasn't born Jackie Gleason.
Okay, we'll give you that.
Yeah. Red Skelton, I do remember seeing like on Ed Sullivan.
Oh yes,
shows like that.
I did it yesterday on my radio show.
Oh, cool!
3 hours of all the clips, the live performances. It's like he was co-hosting the show with me.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But like comedy is a fickle thing. I think it's quite a fickle profession. 1 minute you're the hottest thing on the planet, and the next thing,
I don't know about that. Yeah, I think karaoke's better.
Well, karaoke is the same way. 1 minute you're hot and next minute you're not, but comedy has taken on like such a different personality. And since you have clean or Christian, that's what they're calling it now.
Oh, really? Well, it's both or either.
Christian comedy or clean comedy.
Oh, I'll tell you, every Sunday I listen to the readings and there's so much material there. I mean, Jesus, last week, a guy talks to Jesus. He says, can you help me solve the problem with my brother? So I'm thinking, Jesus, I clear the blind and the lame, and I raise people from the dead, and you want me to arbitrate? Go get a lawyer. The Hebrews were really, really they're very testy,
Okay. Okay. And where would you you mentioned that the style of comedy is clean, and you draw your inspiration from everything?
Pretty much real life. I'll get up and think of something. I'll see something on TV. I'll watch. I'll look and I'll see like the multitasking parents. He's got the coach with the baby. The daughter's got her bicycle. The dog's on the leash, and they're watching the phone all at one time.
I guess that would make for a good comedy sketch. Because people are making fun of how families don't communicate anymore. So you got the baby with the little tablet.
Yeah.
And, the family, they're like, what's for dinner? I don't know. They're typing it in. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, the one thing I don't get is where you talk into the phone to send a text.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just talk to the person?
Exactly. Exactly. So like you said, there's comedy there. That's a good sketch right there. And
And here at Philly Cam,
yes.
you have encouragement for everybody. It's really great. And I like working here. I met you last year when we did our award-winning short film.
Yes.
GPS.
Yes, GPS.
I've got a whole routine on GPS too.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was, I have to admit.
Check it out on our YouTube page of Philly Cam.
Yes.
Okay.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was loaded with comedy stuff that y'all didn't say.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a ball doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I know I did. And I tried to keep a straight face through the whole thing. I tried.
Should we give away the secret of GPS?
No.
Okay, we won't. Let's just say you're going to see something that doesn't happen in real life.
Yes. I don't drive, folks. I don't know how. That's just one. There's a whole lot of other stuff in there y'all don't know about. I don't drive. I don't know how. Yeah, that was funny. I did get a lot of calls and texts, claiming that, see, you lied to us. And I'm like, no. That was all Hollywood magic there. Or, excuse me, Philly Cam magic.
Yes. Who needs Hollywood? We got lots
we
of
have
talent
our own
right
magic.
Here. Yeah.
Okay. So, when did you first learn or get the yearnings to do comedy?
I wouldn't say it was a yearning. I was always funny and I always watched things. However, when it seemed like I had an awakening around 2020 where my creativity just returned. Everything else shut down and I opened up and I started writing bits and things and books and everything. And then I decided, well, you know what? Once they open up, I'm going to take some classes. I took some classes, did a showcase, but I haven't really pursued stand-up that much. I took some storytelling classes, which were good, did a couple of storytellings, and now I'm taking musical, what do they call that? Cabaret currently.
Oh.
Yeah, which is interesting. And that's kind of funny too. So my playlist is the entire 20th century. So I'll be walking around here and just burst out into a tune and the staff will say, "Where'd you hear that song?" So it's all part of the same thing. I do parodies too. Lots of parodies, and it's kind of a little mixture of a lot of different things. But I haven't been too much into the comedy club scene because they're kind of depressing. I don't really hang at bars or clubs unless somebody urges me to go, like to do karaoke. If somebody should happen to say, I'm going to be here like Tuesday night, so if you want, you can show up and, I'll help you. So that's nice, but I don't really hear that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to be a little bit more inviting. Okay, I'll extend the invitation. Yes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Because I haven't done karaoke in a while.
Yeah, so. Well, sometimes, it's hot, it's night. You want to just stay home and watch TV?
Yeah, exactly. That's what exactly happened. It got hot, and I said, "Nope, I ain't leaving my air conditioner. It's my best friend. Why should I leave it? Mm-hmm. It doesn't boo me."
No, that's true. That's true.
But in the future, the invitation.
We'll get to it. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the future, when the weather settles.
Yes, I have a presentation for you from the Philadelphia Karaoke Convention. We'll have to do that in the second segment.
Okay.
As Philadelphia's finest karaoke singer.
All right. Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
I am looking forward to it.
So I know this is Poetic Chat and Chew, and I just love chewing on these delicious desserts here. And the burger is fire. I think it's flame broiled too. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Burger King couldn't have done it better.
No. So I do have a few poems that I've written through the many, many years that I've spun around the planet.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back. This one goes way back, and it's actually the year is in the first line. It's called it's called The Gas Station. It was the 1st of April in 81. The semester we hated was almost done. The radio played, we talked of the fills, totally ignorant of future chills. You pulled out of the station that fateful morn, with hardly a chance to blow the horn. The car you hit was an object of scorn. This day, you wish you had never been born. I'm very sorry you crashed your car. We hadn't driven very far. The gas you bought has caused you pain. I'll bet you wish we took the train. That was my friend Ben was driving and getting gas.
Wow.
Okay. And then there was one a few years later when I first got some help.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Ode to Prozac. Little pill, green and yellow, how you've changed this humble fellow. The things I do have astounded me, but is it you or is it me? It's 2 poems. Some of them are actually parodies.
Okay.
I was in the Acme, and I'm going around with my cart,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in one aisle, and I make a left. Somebody else, lady, makes a right turn, and we bang. So, of course, we spend the next 5 minutes saying I'm sorry to each other. But then I see she's got some items similar to mine. And I'm thinking, this person has my same taste in food. So that inspired me to take the old Sinatra song, Strangers in the Night. And it was inspired by Paul Schaefer on the David Letterman show,
Okay.
who had a segment called Supermarket Finds, Exchanging Glances, Supermarket Finds. What were the chances we be buying food before the night was through? Something in your smile was so exciting. Something in your cart was so inviting. Something down the aisle told me I must buy.
You know, I don't have anything with that. Like, I've heard stories that Alexa is watching you. I mean, like, do you feel as though, like, it may say hello, all nice and syrupy?
Yes, so actually, like, I don't know Siri because I'm not an Apple person. I'm a Microsoft and a Android person. But I do have a good relationship with Google Assistant.
Okay.
That's not nice. I mean, she's G-A. Hey, Google. I said, well, I'm going to call you Gia. G-A. She should have a name like everybody else. You know, so it's a transactional relationship, but we get along right. And she doesn't like say, recalculating, or make a left turn up here. But she will tell me in 1,000 feet, make a left turn at the light. And I'm like, I can't count. Do I get out of the car and use my feet to check how far? What's 1,000 feet? Why does it have to be 1,000 feet? I feel like Christina Perri. I drove 1,000 feet, 1,000 feet. You know, it just, but now they're getting good. People are putting signs everywhere on the streets like this lane here, this lane there. They figure we're dumb and we don't know what's going on. So they tell you how to drive. But as a non-driver, you understand.
Yes.
But people are, you know, it's funny how when you get on SEPTA, now that I've got the senior citizen pass, I can take extra charges. Well, I mean, you're too young for that, I know. But yeah, I mean, that's the only advantage you have. You don't have to pay to get on in there anywhere, as long as the bus comes. And the app now shows you exactly where the bus is. It shows you going up the street. So you have no excuse for missing your bus if you use the app.
And next thing I know, this thing comes up. I'm like, oh, thank you. Maybe.
Well, you know, the other thing is there's so much choice in the supermarket. Now I've been reading about ADHD. That's the new big thing. Yeah. You got every YouTube, you've got like ads, and it's like there's just too much choice. If I go to Subway, I don't want to decide what I have to eat. I want to pick out a number. Give me a number 6 because it tells you what's supposed to be in there.
Right.
And then the lady goes, "What kind of cheese do you want?" I said, "Just turn around and look at the board.
Yeah.
Just give me a number 6. I don't want to decide what I need." Or like, didn't coffee used to just be regular and decaf?
All right.
Well, we've chatted, we've chewed, we've got books, we drank. We're all ready. We're all set for the show.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll be right back, okay, after this break. Welcome back to the Poetic Chat and Chew. Now we are at our performance portion of our show. So, without further ado, welcome to the stylings of Mr. Anthony Diflorio.
Thank you, Miss Shelley Fresh. And believe me, she's really not that fresh. That's just the name.
Thanks a lot.
Anyway, they say you can't do prop comedy anymore. Well, I'm here to tell you they're wrong. Did you know that they are bottling, they're bottling smart water in Italy now. That's from the plant in Pisa. You know, it's kind of like leaning, sort of like that. All right. Goes up. We'll get that later. I got a call from the guy down at Miracle there. He wanted to sell me hearing aids for like $4,000. So I said, I'll pass on that. So I just go into the cabinet and I come up with this one. Works pretty good for me, I think, anyway. You got to have both ears. So you can't just get one because they're going to charge you. Anyway, so I'm up in a zoo visiting in Syracuse, right? And you go into the amphibious section, and there's like a place where they got all the lizards. So I look on this thing there, and it says, in the wild, they eat this, they eat that, blah, blah. In captivity, they eat crickets and wingless flies. So I'm thinking, how the heck lazy can these lizards be that they can't catch the flies on their own? So suppose you're working, you just started a job at the zoo. And then you go to say, do I get to go pet the goats and all? No, you got to pick the wings off the flies. I don't want to do that. Well, somebody's got to do it. The lizards are not going to eat these flies unless they got wings on them. So that's the kind of thing that happens when you're working at the zoo. Let me see here. Oh. So they have there's a way of that they do to the treatment they call TMS if you've got depression. So what they do is they put a skull cap on you, and a magnet that hits your head taps 600 times on each side. And you know what? I think I do just as well with a hammerhead. And I don't have to pay a copay on that. So one time I'm at the zoo and I get an idea. And I'm thinking, can I do what the curassow does? Now the curassow is a bird, a tropical bird, that wears a bike helmet. So it has its own, and it eats little rocks and pebbles for digestion. So you don't need Prilosec. Just go out in the yard and pick up some stones and just swallow them. And you'll feel much better in the stomach. But their mating ritual is very unique. The curassow, the male curassow, will take a piece of bark, like a piece of tree, and he'll stick it in his mouth, and then he'll walk it over to the female curassow. So if she takes it, they got a date. No Tinder, nomatch.com. It's easy. It's like the pigeons you see around. You got the male pigeon. He goes and blows his throat up real crazy, and he goes hopping after the female pigeon, usually like 3 or 4. And if one doesn't like him, she flies off. He goes to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So I guess it's like people at a bar. I wouldn't know anyway. So they have been problems with people on the internet who have been, posting pictures of their engagement rings. And one lady posted a picture, and her ring. People are writing in. It goes viral. It's too big. It's too small. It's too big. It's too small. Everybody's got an opinion. So, me having graduated from Temple with a bachelor's degree, so I don't have any engagements planned. So, in the event that should happen, I went down to Ace Hardware and got a ring. So in the event, I'm not going to invest in anything big time like that. So the other thing that I happen to notice, everybody with these fake IDs. So I got one. My alter ego is Mr. John Doe. And Mr. Doe, this is so I don't get carded. If I go into a place, they say, "Oh, you're too old." So they throw me out. I was mentioning about trying to, just things that I observe, people walking around on the streets. I know, especially with this hot summer days, people wear a lot less clothes. And I have no real opinion on it, but it looks like people are walking around like they just were extras from Night of the Living Dead. It's not the zombie apocalypse. It's the tattoo apocalypse. They are everywhere. I think they're going to put that in the next mental illnesses, tattoo mania. Then you could go to the hospital. You can get charged. You get the insurance will pay for it. So anyway, as an Italian, it offends my sense of ethics and beauty. You didn't see Leonardo putting a mustache on a Mona Lisa. You don't see the great masters putting tats everywhere. In fact, the Venus de Milo? That guy, that was a Greek statue. It really is Aphrodite. He was so opposed to her getting sleeves that he ripped her arms off. Said there's no way she's going to get a sleeve. This is her after she had to get a permanent. So, and people get they get upset about that. So, anyway, let me get to my piece de resistance. That'll be in character. This is my opus called Inka Dinka Don't. So I'm walking down the street. I come up to this lady. She's got a leather vest on and a corduroy and a shirt. So I say to her, "Lady, that's a nice shirt." And she goes, "That ain't a shirt, you dope. Those are my sleeves." So I keep walking. Next block, I get to a guy. His legs. I said, "Pal, it looks like you've been in an accident. What's up with all those bruises?" He goes, "They're my tats." I say, "Well, how can you see them on the back of your legs?" He says, "Get out of here." So I keep walking. I get to the next light, and the lady's there. She's got beautiful legs, beautiful tats on her legs. I said, "Lady, that's a great, I guess you call them pants?" She goes, "No, these are my Colette Stein leggings." I'm mortified. So I keeps going. Next block, I'm at the tattoo joint. This lady's there. She's wearing a bodysuit, head to tail. She goes, once you get one, you can't stop. I said, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah, each one tells a story." So I says to her, "Well, why don't you write a book?" She kicks me out. So I go down the street. I stop in at the Undertaker's. I see Vic outside. I said, "Vic, what are you doing out here? He says, I'm cremating somebody, and you can't cremate at the same time because the ink is going to cause a toxic fume. I said, geez. Well, and don't you get any people that still get buried in a casket? He goes, yeah. He goes, in 5 years, the only thing left, skull and bones, your breast implants, and your tattoos. They never disappear. I said, no kidding. He goes, and what, if you, sharks and lions will not eat tattoos because it's like spoiled meat. They don't like the taste of it. Even like cannibals won't do it. It's like got that metallic taste. So I said, gee, that's good to know. So I finally get to the club. Then I decide, I start writing this tune. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to sing this one tonight. It goes like this. Dun, dun, dun. Think before you drink. 'Cause if you drink, you're going to ink. No, 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 no. Lose your hearing. Tattooing. Think before you ink. 'Cause if you ink, you're gonna stink. You'll get your skin all ruined. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, what's black and blue and red all over? A fresh tattoo. So think before you ink, and then don't ink. Da da da. Well, that's the show, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. Da 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 da. Okay.
That was the musings of Mr. Anthony Diflorio. Give him a round of applause, folks. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming to the Poetic Chatting Chew. See you next time. And as always, love, peace, and kisses.
I want to show you something hot and new. I want to treat you to the Poetic Chat and Chew. Come on and sit right down. We're gonna chow on now at the Poetic Chat and Chew. Food, folks, art and things. A good time without losing your purse strings. All we want to do is bring out the hardest in you. Poetry, cooking, draw, dance, or sing. This is the place to show off your thing. Oh, come on and have your say. Become a star today at the Poetic Chat and Chew. Come on and make new friends where fun never ends at the Poetic Chat and Chew. We want to see you shine at the Poetic Chat and Chew. We're gonna have a good time at the Poetic Chat and Chew. Hope to see you there.